Hey guys, Xhander here, and I'm back in France on the hunt for quirky tools. You know how we do it. Now, I'm not a big box store today. I've done Leroy Merlin, I've been to Castorama, and I've looked at Bricomat, three of the biggest hardware chains in France. But when it comes to hidden gems, this is the kind of place where I have high hopes, and I think you can really find some absolute winners. This is a professional independent tool shop called Prolians. Now, this tool merchant is in Dunkirk. It's pretty massive, and they've got loads of brands that I do recognize, like Facom, but some other new brands on me that I've not seen before. So I'm excited to see what they've got. I love a good tool hunt. Let's get inside and see what I can find, see if there's anything quirky, anything special. Let's go and have a look. That's the first thing that stood out to me. That is like a pair of snips I've never seen before. It's with all the other pliers and snips and stuff. And I do love the Facom pliers, to be fair, because they've got this little spring clip in them, which makes them like a one-handed use. Really nice and easy to use, but this is another level. Look at that. If that's not quirky, I don't know what is. That is a real winner of a quirky tool. I think we definitely get that. This is something I've looked at before. This is like a French style mole grip. I've only ever seen this in France, and it's like a lock-in, goes super wide. It's quite expensive. I think I paid €80 for this in Leroy Merlin last time I was in France. So I've already got it, so I don't need another one, but that is a pretty good pick. And there's another Facom. Facom have got some great stuff, and I've already got this. This is their automatic center punch, which is pretty awesome. This is quite a nice thing, self-adjusting crimping plier. I don't think I want to spend a fortune though, and I know that will be priced quite high. It's nice to have a look at some Knipex stuff and have it all on the shelf to have a bit of a pick up and a proper look. I've got a pair of Cobra grips. It's nice to have a couple of different sizes though, like a big pair, like look at this thing. Get yourself a monster XXL pair, made in Germany, obviously Knipex. Don't think I need something that big, but something like this is pretty good. Nice to have a pair of parallel grips in a compact set. They might be a play. This is another tool that's worth having in a compact kit. A pair of bolt croppers. If you need to cut some chain or cut some wire, rather than damaging your snips. I've never seen a pair that small though. Look at that, 160 bolt croppers, and you'll still be able to cut through some tough chain. I think the size in the middle is probably like the magic one. That's a little bit too big. That's like the Goldilocks size there. Goldilocks size. I think that would be perfect in a compact kit. That's the one. That is a very tempting set. I've got a lot of like VDE pliers and stuff, but this kind of spring clip, you only see that on the Facom models. Made in France, really nice plier set. It's a pity there's no prices on anything. I'd probably take my read off the price, but you'd have to take it to the till in the professional tool place. Typically, the price depends on how much you're spending if you've got an account and if you're irregular, and then you get a bit of a account-based pricing, but that is a nice set, that is tempting. Half of me thought that was like a telescoping handle, but no, it's just fixed with a rubber handle, and then the head is like welded and then just like a pin through the head. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Telescoping handle. If it was solid. It's an idea for a new product. Always like the Facom ratchets, because like a really fine tooth, a lot more teeth than a normal one. 72 teeth. It's got a nice fine, very fine click. I've got one of these, a 3/8 one. It's a fair bit older, but it's still really nice fine adjustment. It means you can just go like 5 degrees at a time. I think it's 5 degrees. Good old thing, but I don't need one. Sam, I think it was in the RS catalogue or maybe the Buck & Hickman catalogue, but anyone guess what that is? I've actually got a Facom version of this. I've asked it a few times on the channel. What do you reckon that's for? Drop me a comment down below. I read all the comments and I'll get back to you if you get the right answer, but any guesses what that's for? That's a quirky tool, but I've already got it. Now this is a new brand on me, Xhander. Never seen this before, but this is what it's all about. This is why I look for quirky tools, because I'm looking through this range thinking, it's a new brand, but it's all the same stuff. And then I spot this. What is it, you ask? Well, it's a utility key like no other utility key I have ever seen. This is totally different. And it's like a fold-out utility key. Usually, a utility key usually looks like that, doesn't it? That's quite traditional. Well, this one is like a little folding mechanism. And then all of the different size utility keys go in the 1/4" bit holder. And then you can do the same thing. What a cool little object that is. And you've obviously got loads of more options. You've got all the standard sizes, plus it functions as like a 1/4-inch screwdriver, all in that one little compact little case. And to top it off, made in Germany, which you don't usually see. So usually little quirky plastic products are something that's come out of China, like white label, but that's a made in Germany product, so even better. It's bigger than this, but you've got a lot of different sizes, and it's a 1/4-inch bit driver. That is an absolute winner, and it's definitely a quirky tool. So that is going in my basket. Even the Xhander toolbox is a bit quirky. I was looking at this then, trying to work out how to open it. There's no latches. You've got this little thing here you squeeze, and then the lid opens. Xhander, eh? Discovering new tool brands all the time. Didn't think I'd see one in olive drab, but that is pretty cool.
Oh, that is so cool.
I've already got one of these as well, but they've got a few others. Facom do make, in particular, the soft bags seem to be better than the little plastic boxes they have. These seem quite standard, but then the soft bags are pretty nice. Not seen this one before. It's like a vinyl PVC version. I think I prefer my canvas bag actually better than this. I've actually got that. Really good bearing puller. I think I left it in a cupboard. I worked as a contractor in a factory in Runcorn, and I had a little cupboard there. I was there for so long as a contractor, and I left a bunch of stuff in the cupboard, and that was left in the cupboard. It's only just coming back to me now that I had this. Great flipping bearing puller that was. Really good, like just nice and solid, and it could do loads of sizes. And I bet you that's about flipping 150, 200 quid. And I also had a reverse hammer in there as well for pulling out bearings. Oh, what else was in there? Probably a couple of just normal hand tools, but there was those. What a loss. Bit of Wera too. Here you go, I was looking at these the other day in ITS. I was looking at the £10 set by Vont. I do love Wera tools, but they are a little bit pricey. This is their normal screwdriver set. You can see this ergonomic handle. My set has removable blades, and it's much more compact. You basically get rid of all of these handles. What's that? 7 handles, all removed, and you just have one handle and all the blades. And it basically look the same. I'm always happy to have a look through just to see if there's something I don't have. This is quite cool to see. Expert is actually Brittle. Brittle, famously British brand, bought out by Facom, who are owned by Stanley Black & Decker, so Facom and Brittle are owned by Stanley Black & Decker. And then they made the fatal move of rebranding it as Expert. Why would you do that? Why would you take Brittle away? And they called it Brittle Expert, but then they only put Expert on the tools. Crazy, isn't it? I'm guessing destockage means clearance, and that is just a bit of me. And the first thing that's drawn my eye is a pair of these Facom bullnose pliers. The exact ones I want, but for €12, so that's like a tenner. I reckon they'd be about 30, 40 quid if they weren't in the clearance section. Now I don't need 2 pairs, although it is tempting, but I think 1 pair is quite good because these are combination pliers. So they've got the bullnose on them, but they're actually a combination, and it's a bit of a bigger size than the normal. So I think that's a pick up. And then the other thing that's catching my eye, and I can smell it as well, is this leather tool bag, which just looks flipping classic, doesn't it? Like a vintage little tool bag by Sassy, made in Paris, in France, obviously. That is crying out for some foam. Little pocket in the front. The smell of that is lovely. That is such a lovely smelling tool bag. And it's in the clearance section with the buckles and the little French made stamp. Established 1961, this brand. That is a little winner, that is. It doesn't say a price. I'm guessing it's about €45. There's a €45 price near it, so hopefully it comes out at that.
Now, if you like the look of a handmade tool bag, you are going to love the Maker Central show, which is happening in 4 weeks on the 17th and 18th of May at the NEC in Birmingham. Now, I've been at that show 4 years running, and I love it. It's one of my favourite shows in the UK. We did a full tool hunt there, and you can go and watch this video. And it's not just tools you'll find, it's also some crazy makers like Colin Furze and all of his crazy inventions. There's loads of makers there, some you know, some maybe you don't know. There's also a load of workshops. You can do some blacksmithing, you can do some plastic injection molding, you can do some resin crafts, and there's no other show quite like it. Loads of stuff to see, loads of stuff to do, and you can come and meet me and we can have a chat, talk some quirky tools. If it sounds good to you, we'll put a link in the description. You can get tickets for the Saturday, the Sunday, or both days. There is enough to do to fill 2 days. And Maker Central have actually given us 50 free tickets for the Sunday. If you want to claim one of those, again, click the link down in the description and use code MCJOHNNER25. The first 50 people that use that can get a free ticket. That's just for the Sunday, but you can see a lot in one day. I would recommend though, go for the full weekend because there's so many workshops, there's so many things to see, and there's so many makers to meet. Some of the biggest names on YouTube, some of the biggest creators there, and some amazing tools. So the code is MCJOHNNER25, and the first 50 people that use that will get the Sunday for free. We're also going to have our brand new big Shadow Foam Expo trailer. I've been been building that behind the scenes. It's pretty epic. I think it's our biggest shadow foam booth yet, and we're gonna have a really exciting offer. So if you buy some foam at the show, we're gonna have a pretty cool gift bag with some free merch that goes with all the orders at the show. So get yourself down to Maker Central. We'll put a link in the description. Hopefully I'll see you there. Hopefully we can talk some tools. And with talking tools in mind, let's get back to Prolians.
Now this is a destockage I like to see. That is the Wera Christmas advent calendar. I think this was like 60, 70 quid. A whole bunch of stuff. It's here for €25. That's like 20 quid, 21, 22 quid. I can't believe that actually. I had to double check the price with the guy because it says 25 HT, which obviously I'm not sure what that is, but I double checked, €25. So if you hadn't already guessed, this is probably the best to give. I can't refuse that. It's such a bargain. I'm getting one, and I think I'm gonna open it in the van, and I'm gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6. I've sold them out. That's every single one. We just leave the little sign in the Allen keys. Now, if you want to win one of those, all you've got to do is subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment, subscribing costs nothing. You'll just get our videos in your feed. You'll never miss a John O'Shown video. And you've got to drop a comment. Drop a comment down below. Any of these tools look interesting? Are you heading to France? I'm gonna have a look for some tools. Get your comments down below. I read them all. I respond to as many as I can. And you'll be entered in with a chance of winning a Wera advent calendar, which I'm gonna be opening very soon because I don't think I can hold back on this one. Let's keep looking. Oh, there's a brand I know, Edma. This is a brand I always like to look at in France because they just have weird stuff. That's pretty weird in itself, and it's like a double-sided jab saw made in France. That's a pretty ominous looking thing, isn't it? I think I saw that spinning on a chariot wheel on Gladiator. But that is a mineral wool knife in a lovely little sheath. Edma, they just have some different weird looking stuff. That's pretty cool. I don't need one of those though. I've got a couple of mineral wool knives. And then we've got knives. We've got a few standing knives, and that's interesting. Slice. I've seen this on Amazon, I'm pretty sure. Auto retractable ceramic knife. It's like a super safe knife. Safer than metal blades. You can still open a block box with it. The way the world's going, the less dangerous knife you can give someone, the better. That's pretty cool, isn't it? You've got a lot of those. That's pretty different. Big old chunky full metal knife from Stanley, 25mm snap off. Got that. I've got this one here, this quick slide. Sport knife with a fold out blade. Really didn't get on with this. The little tiny like knob here to slide the blade out. It's so small it kind of hurts your thumb. Not a good knife, that one. I've seen that one before. I got this one on my B&Q pallet. You squeeze it and it pops the knife out. That's on the B&Q giveaway, which is still active. I'll put a link up here. Go and watch the B&Q pallet video and you can still be in with a chance of winning that one. These are the French form hammer that I've only seen in France. But you can see, like in the UK, you might find a hammer like this, but you'd only have one. But in France, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 of that hammer in all different sizes and weights. And you wouldn't see that in the UK, would you? Really? I mean, you might see one, but the French form hammer, I believe, is from locksmiths. It was like a locksmith hammer, like getting behind locks and then prizing them out, but it must have just caught on because that's the most common hammer that you see over here. In the UK, or even America, it's just lines of claw hammers, isn't it? Just all different claw hammers and then lump hammers, maybe ball pine hammers, but I can't see any ball pine hammers here. I can see loads of the French form hammers. This one's a pretty cool one. This is like a claw hammer, but with a little bit extra about it. Le Bourgogne, and that's made in France. We're in France. I'm always on the lookout for the local brands and the French brands, especially if it's a brand I've not heard of before. So Le Bourgogne is a new one on me. It's always nice to have a square head because if you are trying to like tap a nail in and it's up against something, it's easier to kind of get down right close to a nail that's up against a wall or up against another bit of a 3x2 or something. You can hit it. Still got the claw. It's got like a little magnet for holding a pin nail, and it's made in France. So perfect little pickup while I'm in France. 40% less vibration, 15-year guarantee. Le Bourgogne, you're coming with me. So I showed you the French form hammer. I don't think this is called the French form level, but I call it the French form level because I've only seen it in France. Look, they've got different sizes and it's kind of like this arc shape and it's one piece cast. And even though it's Stanley, which is a pretty common brand, isn't it, everywhere, it's made in France. And that, for me, makes it the French-made level. Only seen it in France. You've got loads of different choices, sizes, lengths, but also they've got the same style made in different brands. So you've got like cheaper version of it here. This one's made in Italy. That's cool. Maybe, I've not been to Italy. That's a country I've not been to yet. Should I go to Italy? Maybe that's a sign, made in Italy. That's one of the first tools I think I've ever seen made in Italy. And it's a Xhander. So I've got that Xhander tool already. That was made in Germany. So obviously they're getting tools from all over the place. But nice to see something made in Italy. We've got another one here by Xhander, orange. Maybe this is a slightly cheaper model, but as you can see, they've got lots of options of this arc-type French form level. I've already got one of those though, so I don't need another one. But pretty cool to see Stanley tools made in France and Xhander tools made in Italy. I think that's a sign we've got to go to Italy though. I do like that. Always on the lookout for a British flag, and there we go. Some made in England Stanley chisels, pretty cool. Definitely don't need any more chisels, like, but it's nice to see them. And then look at this little beauty. It's like a blast from the past, that, isn't it? The old style packaging. Wonder how long that's been sat there. I think that is still the current packaging though. It's like literally done in a retro style, but it's like a Stanley Bailey, made in England, plain. Love it, that is really cool. Again, I don't need a plane, but it's nice to see. Some made in the UK, sold outside of the UK. Happy with the Grabbo. It's not a bad price, that, €310, and you get that quirky transport case too, which is quite nice. I saw this in the Denmark show, this range of water resistant bags, or with these water resistant compartments. It's like a tool tote, but with a bit of something extra, and that comes with the Grabbo for £310, but I don't have a use for the Grabbo yet, so I can't spend that kind of money without having a project in mind for it. But really cool, I really like the Grabbo. It's such a clever tool, and the fact you can buy it now without a battery, just body only for a bit less, and then put your own battery in, save a bit of money, is pretty cool. It's not a QWERTY keyboard. Right, I've got a trolley full of goodies. Let's go and have a look outside.
Let's talk about this outside.
What a store Prolians is. And I've just noticed this advent calendar is from 2023, I reckon, because it's showing all the previous ones up to 2022. So I think that's why they've probably had it on clearance down at €25. I bet you that's worth even more now, because it's like a bit of a vintage one. Like if you wanted that for some reason, you'd probably struggle to find one. But I've got flipping 6 of them. So I've got 5 for the giveaway, as I said, which is dead easy. Just drop a comment. This is probably the best giveaway I think we've ever done, because it's one of the best bargains I've ever found. Had to come all the way to France to find it, but drop a comment, subscribe, and you'll be entered. But I'm opening mine now. I am chomping at the bit to have a look at this. I've never bought a tool advent calendar before. This is the first one. What do you get in number 1? Starting strong, you've got the Allen key holder. Where's number 2? Number 3, that's a big door, look. Yeah, look at that, you get the pouch. I know there's a lot more than £20 worth of value in this. What a flipping kit this is. It puts me in mind of the Wera tool toot that I found in Germany. Everyone loved that. And it was basically just a bottle opener and a terminal driver. I think I'm gonna flip straight to eating all the sweets in one go. Pretty crazy, isn't it? So that is the holder for this. So this is like you wall mount it, and then you have a set of Allen keys mounted to the wall, that is flipping awesome. That's one thing I don't have. I don't have any Allen keys just mounted to a wall in a workshop. Mine are all in foam, as you'd expect. That's pretty cool. That's all the small bits and stuff. And then this must be all of the Allen keys. There you go, look at that. I've kind of spoiled the I've spoiled the box opening there, but let me mount all of these inside the kits, and then I can have a proper look at it.
This man up.
Right, so what did I get? It took me a little bit of time to open all that and put it all together, but for £25 I ended up with Wera bottle opener, fantastic set of Wera Allen keys in this lovely little wall holder, and it's even got like a little magnet bit here so you can like magnetize the ends of the Allen keys, which is pretty cool, and that just kind of attaches there, which is pretty nifty little addition. And then this little pouch here has got a little terminal glasses screwdriver with a rotating end and 6 bits. But then this is the real winner. This little screwdriver mechanism is fantastic. So that slides in there quite far in. So you've got a really solid screwdriver, and you've got a nice slimline screwdriver, not like a normal 1/4 inch bit. And then you can rotate it, and you've got it the other way. And we've ended up with 5 blades, so 10 different screwdrivers. I just love that. I much prefer that over a 1/4 inch bit with a really wide bit holder. But there you go. It's amazing what you find on the road. I was not expecting to find a Wera 2023 advent calendar, and I certainly wouldn't have expected to find 6. So what a flipping pickup that is. So this is the Johnner's top 5 happening right in front of you, and I would say the Wera calendar is number 5. Let me show you number 4. Number 4 has to be these Facom combination pliers. I think the price alone, €12, is a winner, because that's about 10 quid. And it's just, out of all of the different versions that could have been on sale, I think the combination plier, the bull nose with the cutter, is probably the most versatile to just have in a kit, maybe in the van. And they're just a really nice tool, made in France, really nice grip on them. I just love this spring-loaded mechanism here, just to make it like a one-handed operation, which is great. What a winner. That's number 4. Let me show you number 3. Number 3 has to be my other item from Facom, which it was funny, I was waiting at the till for about 10 minutes for them to find a price on this, and when they came back they just said, you can have that, it's a gift, it's on the house. And the manager took a selfie with me, they looked at the channel, they were really happy to have us in the store and to have us looking around, but it was lovely, it was a really nice store, really nice team, and when they give me that for free, that's the best price, I couldn't believe that. So this is truly a quirky tool, it makes it even quirkier that they couldn't find it in the system. I don't know if it makes it any better than a standard pair of snips, but it's one-handed operation, it's got a really unusual shape and design. It caught my eye because Facom have got some unusual tools, and this is probably the 4th or 5th quirky one I've picked up. I love finding stuff that I've never seen. That is totally unique design on me, which puts it firmly in number 3. Let me show you number 2. Number 2 is a couple of items from Xhander, a totally new brand, a brand I've never ever seen before, and made in Germany. Well, the little scribe is made in France, and then this little utility key holder is made in Germany. I always love discovering new brands, and like I said at the start, you've kind of got to unearth these brands by looking in little stores, and this really is a hidden gem that I was on the hunt for, something special. I've never seen a utility key quite like this. It's nice quality, it's nice in the hand, it's nice and solid, it doesn't feel cheap. Like I said in the store, it's got made in Germany on it, but it opens up to give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different utility key with a 1/4 inch adapter to go in the end. You've also got a couple of 1/4 inch bits in there, and you've got this box panel key as well, which goes in here. So just a really cool little addition to a toolkit. And it's a bit of a novelty item really, but it's nice to have because it actually will be useful. Even just being a 1/4 inch bit driver is fantastic, isn't it? So I like to find interesting ways of solving the same problem, so that is a cool utility key. The scribe, made in France, it's just interesting to see a scribe with a kind of plastic handle on it and a bit more comfortable, possibly in the hand than a normal scribe with the kind of bent end. And it's a carbide tip. I don't know if you can replace the tip, but it just felt like a really nice, decent quality one. And my scribe's seen better days really, so I thought that was a pretty cool pickup. So that's number 2. Let me show you my top pick. So number 1 has to be the Sassy Tool Bag. I think this was €40 in the little sale area, and I've just never seen a tool bag, a leather tool bag satchel like this. It just feels like an absolute little throwback. And I can't say buckles are my favourite way of opening a tool bag, but a nice solid leather tool bag that smells so good. Made in France, in Paris. You can even see this little booklet inside showing it's made on a sewing machine and it's all hand cut leather. Non merci, no thank you. I can't read French. And the reason why I picked it up is because in my van at all times, it's my compact toolkit. I always have it under my back bench. And when I saw this, I thought, I wonder if the inserts inside this will fit. Now this kit's going strong. If you want to watch the video, go and click up here. You can see me put together this compact toolkit. It's some of my favourite finds, most compact finds from around the world on all my different tool hunts. And I kind of boiled it down into a toolkit I can have with me at all times when I'm travelling, just to kind of get me out of any problems that I might face and be able to fix as much stuff. It's the most versatile toolkit I think you'll find on the internet. It's really, really incredible. Go and watch the video and I'll talk you through the full kit. But what I was thinking with this leather satchel is, can it fit these inserts? It's pretty close. In the store they had the Wera screwdrivers that were fixed, 7 blades. This is the Wera craft form where you've got like changeable screwdrivers. So I've got 13 screwdrivers in this kit and just the one. I've actually got 2 handles just because I had the space. The next tray has got the Wera cutters. Saw them in the store. Absolutely amazing to have these bolt cutters. Really good size, and they can just cut through steel, nails, screws. Really, really solid. And then the top layer has got my parallel grips. Again, they had these in the store, and they're just a quality item. Really, really nice. And that's me kit. It doesn't quite fit in the leather bag, but I reckon I could do a really nice job of an insert for that, and maybe that could be kind of a different toolkit for a different function. Let me know in the comments, what do you think this leather satchel would be ideal for? I think it does need some foam just to make the best use of it, but let me know in the comments what you think. But that is my top pick, a leather tool satchel made in France for an absolute bargain price of €40. And for those of you who don't know what shadow foam is, well, I invented shadow foam 12 years ago. All you do is you buy an insert for your tool case, and we do inserts for every power tool case on the market, or you can buy a value pack with a bunch of sheets in whatever colour you want, or you can buy some big sheets, small sheets, whatever size of material you need or insert, you can get it all at shadowfoam.com. And all you do is place your tools on the foam wherever you want them to go. So you can see the layout I've done here for these compact tools. You then cut around the shape with a scalpel in a free cutting kit that comes with most orders at shadowfoam.com, and then you peel back layers of foam to create the perfect tool organizer. It's literally as easy as that. Cut, and peel and create perfect little tool organizing inserts like this, so you can tell where everything is, you know immediately if something's missing, and you've just got everything organized. Look how many tools have fit in this toolkit. I've got this with me at all times, and on one quick glance I can see if there's anything missing, and I can also see what I have, because that's half the problem with the toolkit. If it's all chucked in there, you kind of forget what you've got. So with this, you can look through all 3 layers and go, Allen keys, I knew I had those, and it's just a lot easier. I love having my tools organized in shadow foam, as you would expect, because I created the stuff. But if you want some shadow foam, the best place to get it, the best deals, the best prices are at shadowfoam.com, and we'll put a link in the description. You can go and get foam, get your tools organized. And this is the first time I've done my top 5 on the road, which is pretty different, which I enjoyed. So let me know if you enjoyed that. All of the comments will be entered into the giveaway for the Wera Advent Calendar from 2023. What an amazing little bundle of tools that is. Make sure you get involved. I read all the comments and I do reply to as many as I can. And the only other thing you've got to do is click the subscribe button, click the bell icon so you don't miss any of our future videos. And subscribing to the channel does cost nothing, there's no charge. All that happens is you'll get our videos appearing on your newsfeed on YouTube, so you won't miss any of my tool hunts. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you to Prolians for having us at your store. It was great to have a look around. What a cool store. If you're in Dunkirk, head over to Prolians and have a look. They've got some great stuff. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.